You got the pizza oven of your dreams. You finally figured out how to keep the darn thing lit, and you're launching your pies without mutilating them because you're using the right peels. You got all the right cheeses, you're making your dough from scratch, and you even got a kick-ass sauce recipe. But your pizzas are still lacking that certain something that separates a pizza from a pizza parlor and one you just make at home. Or maybe you're one of those people that pizza just doesn't sit right in your stomach.
The processes we use to ferment our flour, also make it rise and condition, will make it more digestible, and you can eat a lot more pizza and feel better the next day. Today we're gonna be talking all about Poolish. I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it do. I'm gonna make some. I'm also gonna show you how to reactivate some yeast, because there's two different types of yeast you can typically buy. There's the instant yeast. You can just huck it in there, everything will come out fine. Then there's the activated yeast, and there's a lot of talk on the internet on whether you should activate it or not activate it. Bottom line, do what you want, but you're probably gonna have better results if you reactivate it. I'm gonna show you how to do that. And reactivating it is also kind of a form of proofing, which you might have heard, which is just a way to make sure that your yeast is still viable and working. So if you got something that's been around or it's opened, you definitely might wanna do this step to make sure you're putting some decent yeast in your dough. Now, the alternative to making a Poolish would be to make your batch of pizza dough, get your balls going, and let them sit in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. This helps us speed that whole process up. The Poolish could be made only maybe 5 or 6 hours before you make your pizza, or you could make it overnight like I like to do. So I do 50% Poolish to my overall volume, and then once I make my final dough, it's normally ready to eat within 3 hours. So you kind of can speed up time without having to pull everything out and whip up some pizza real quick. You can just be like, oh, pizza Friday, Wednesday night, stir it up, make it on Thursday, next morning, badass pizza. Now, if you only do like a 20%, it could take 6 or 7 hours for that dough to be ready. And they're each gonna kind of come with their own little added level of digestibility and flavor and texture. So just keep that in mind and experiment. Me, I like doing the 50-50 just because it allows me to eat my pizza the same day that I actually make the dough. Also, it's super quick to whip up and it doesn't get that hot in my house. So even at room temperature, it takes about 12 hours to get just right. If you're in a warmer place, maybe you might want to do 25% Poolish, put the rest in your dough, let it ferment on the counter for a few hours. The tools are all there for you to experiment and see what works best for you. First step is going to be to reactivate this yeast and or proof it if it's some old stuff or you're not quite sure about it. The way we're going to do that is by putting it in a solution of water and flour, more water than flour. Now, like you've learned from my previous videos, it's all about the math. This is all ratios and stuff, so I want 50-50. So what I do is I weigh out my ingredients ahead of time. I'm going to use measuring cups and pull just enough of each of them to make my little yeast solution, jingle it up, come back, everything's good, mix it together, and we still got our 50-50 ratio without having to like pull out the brain. Now when we mix this up, we want to be able to shake it around, okay? I like using these little to-go restaurant style things, like I always say. It's just one less dish. I know it's probably not the best for the environment, but I ride my bike to work. Start off by putting 2 tablespoons of water, the half a teaspoon of flour. We got 5 grams of yeast here. And believe it or not, this little 5 grams of yeast will make a lot of pizza dough if you do this Poolish method. It's very, very similar to home brewing beer. I used to do that a lot before I realized it was a major waste of time and effort. Now that we got this shooken up real nice, we're just gonna go ahead and let it sit on the counter for 5 minutes. Come back and hopefully it'll be nice and frothy at the top, letting us know that our yeast is either woken up or even still there to begin with. Trusty baker's timers went off, so we know it's been 5 minutes since we put the yeast in the water and the flour. I'm telling you, man, if y'all are playing out here in these yards flipping pies, you need to go and get you one of these white squares with the rectangle in the middle. Just a real basic baker's timer. You don't got to fiddle around with your phone when you're all covered in dough and stuff. It's the little things that are going to make your pizza experience way better. Link in the description below. Now that our yeast is proofed, we'll go ahead and combine all the rest of the ingredients. Start off by putting the flour in. And then we're going to put the yeast mixture in. Then add a little bit of that water into your yeast mixture and shake it up. That way we don't leave any of that yeast behind. Now just add the rest of the water and stir it. I like a clear container like this because you can kind of go around the outside because the dry flour will get stuck on the outside. You want to incorporate all the water into the flour. This is a 2-liter container and it's perfect for this amount of Poolish. You're gonna mix it until it kind of almost gets like a marshmallowy type consistency sticking to your fork. That's when I know everything's good and incorporated. That flour is gonna get saturated evenly, and also I've acerated the yeast so that way those yeast get a head start until they start metabolizing our flour. Because what those yeast are doing is just like making beer, they're converting those starches into sugars, and that sugar is a lot easier for your body to digest instead of that raw flour starch. Now we're going to cover it up and either put it in the fridge for 24 hours, put it on the counter for 5, fridge for the rest, whatever the hell you want to do in this step. I'm going to leave this out room temperature for 24 hours. That way the final ingredient, which is the one that's so hard to find, time, will start to work for us. I'll see y'all in 24. It's been not only 24 hours, it's been 48 hours since this Poolish got made. And honestly, I just left it right here in the backyard. It's been about 60 degrees the whole time. So like I said, it is colder where I live, and it's the winter time for a lot of y'all. So this could take a little bit longer to happen. I just wanted to see how long it would go for. It's still bubbly and frothy. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in a batch of 60% moisture content dough. Give it about an hour on the counter to set up, and then we'll do one in the Bighorn and we'll do one in an electric pizza oven to see how good they come out with this 48-hour Poolish and only 1 hour counter time. If you need a recipe for making pizza dough, this one is pretty similar to my last pizza dough recipe I put out. I'll put a link in the description below for that. Also, if you'd like to make your own recipes or want a little bit more in-depth clarification on the pizza math, I have a video on that as well. I'll put both in the description below. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming by and whipping up these incredible pies with me. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Poolish and how you can use it to your advantage to speed up how long it takes to make some dough and also get more flavor out of your finished product. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscription, bring the notification bell. That way you don't miss a single video here at JTV Life. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and you guys just watching my videos every once in a while really helps me continue to do something that I enjoy, and that's teaching you guys how to make badass pizzas and review other products and things I come across in life. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. Till next time, peace.